As I've begun to revisit Gravity Falls on this channel, one concept that was always just so damn unique to me was the Dorito Devil himself, Bill Cipher, gaining a physical form in our reality. A catastrophic event that finally came to fruition at the end of Dipper and Mabel vs. the Future, going into the Weirdmageddon trilogy. And although I was totally content with how Bill appeared in Weirdmageddon, I do wish they did more with the fact that he was in our reality and that he had what seemed to be unlimited power just confined within the bubble of Gravity Falls itself. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he would have looked great as a giant pyramid the entire time, but if there are things I wanted more of out of this arc that simply could not have existed due to time, it's moments like the cold open of Weirdmageddon Part 1, the different layers of evolution that Bill quickly went through before completely manifesting in Gravity Falls. Like what, he's blue and then metal and has human-like guts? Or even right after, where he's a giant rotating pyramid with multiple limbs, appearing jet black with a touch of a multicolored gradient. Now that is a look that he should have rocked more. Right now is a difficult time in the world for many people, and we cannot thank our patrons enough for their support and kindness. This includes Elijah, aka Mother Goose 27, whose channel we wanted to give the spotlight. Goose's channel features the comfy, relaxing let's plays of the good old days of YouTube, alongside some personal stories and retrospectives, including The Office and Gravity Falls. Please, we want to support the smaller creators as they have supported us, so go subscribe, check out a video, leave a like, and a comment. I can't wait to see how this channel, alongside many others, grow. Again, no pressure to check out our Patreon or pledge. Now back to your regularly uploaded programming. We also get a similar but brief transformation in Weirdmageddon 3, Bill assuming the form of a giant, layered, grotesque, multi-limbed pyramid, but this time like red, you know, like when he got angry in Dreamscapers. It was cool. But when it comes to wanting more, sometimes a look at more can be a blessing and a curse. It can be cathartic yet taunting. They thought of this, but we didn't get this, even though I understand why. And the many transformations of Bill Cipher is no exception. Years ago, while we were in the thick of Weirdmageddon, we actually were gifted with concept art by character designer Robert Ryan Corey. That, wouldn't you know, features different transformations of what Bill's physical form could have been. Now, we have absolutely no context to this, so I thought it would be fun to look at these forms and try to re-jog my memory, providing speculation and ideas for how these pieces of concept art and designs could have been implemented into the show proper. With all that said, let's dive in. Right off the bat, I'm going to start with what I find to be the coolest one. He looks like a boss fight pulled straight out of a 3D platformer. A gigantic, I guess humanoid Bill, with a tiny pyramid-esque shape for a head, and his standard one eye, attached to what essentially looks like a roided up cyborg, with a second gigantic eye in the center, a pretty buff torso, lanky, elongated arms, with Dipper in his clutches, and what I find to be the most interesting detail, very short robotic legs and feet, with the 6-fingered symbol on the inside. Aside from the cool factor, the use of forward symbol always piqued my interest because it had me thinking, were the 10 symbols going to have a different role in relation to Bill? Because this piece of art has always given me the vibe that Bill more or less absorbed Stanford. Maybe he extracted his soul. Some variation of the story that delved deeper into the symbols, or more so, the characters represented by them. What sort of magic or cosmic power enabled these ordinary people to come together, stand on a depiction of the Zodiac, and straight up glow? Is there a power within each and every one of them that maybe Bill would have been able to siphon out of each and every one of them, becoming more powerful and transforming as a result? Because again, with Dipper and Bill's clutches in this particular piece, this piece of art could have came into play when Ford was initially captured by Cipher. When you revisit the scene, Ford alludes to the Zodiac, and Bill even gives a strong nod to the 6-fingered symbol, so perhaps substituting the "why did the old man do this" bit, Ford could have became a different kind of prisoner, Bill zapping and absorbing him. evolving into the form we see here, which would kind of make sense given the giant eye. Think about it, Stanford is knowledge, Bill is also knowledge. They are both walking curriculums, with the notion of Bill sees everything, absorbing one of the most intelligent and unique men in the world. Again, alongside any potential cosmic forces, they should have explained it more. I can see this second in large eye being representative of Bill gaining all of the information that Stanford possesses. Now he truly sees everything. He has an extra pair of eyes. And I don't know, maybe he can shoot even more lasers out of them. Ooh. Moving on to the next piece of concept art, which has me thinking along the same lines of Bill absorbing or merging with someone, we have this faceless horned demon with Bill's proper body branching out of the back. He even still has the bow tie and the floating top hat. Now this very much so reminds me of the Henchmaniacs. As Bill's pawn, again, perhaps he could use them as a power boost. Or maybe he imbued them with a piece of himself, allowing them to transform into and manifest a piece of Cipher onto their body. Or maybe this was just a form Bill could have shapeshifted into without any additional power-up. He sees one of our beloved characters on the streets of Gravity Falls, he transforms into this and begins chasing them. Maybe in addition to Gideon and his prison crew, or substituting them, this transformation or extension of Bill could have been the one chasing down Dipper, Wendy, and eventually Seuss to Mabel's bubble. This does have a look of a creature that would chase after a car. I can perfectly see this variation of Bill chasing down the car through the weirdness bubbles. Ultimately, I am satisfied with what we got. I thought it was a great way to redeem Gideon, but this is Bill. He feasts on nightmares. So the idea of him shapeshifting into a literal walking nightmare, it's something I'm surprised they passed up. But at the same time, these two pieces of concept art do break the idea that Bill as a whole will always have a predominantly triangular form, and not just reducing that to a component of his look. So I can see why they were ultimately passed on, and that takes me to the third and final piece of concept art, one that I understand why they didn't keep it, a 6, probably 10-eyed Bill Cipher, in the form of a gigantic pyramid with 3 layers, 6 limbs, a giant top hat, no bow tie, larger than the literal mountains, running amok with Mabel captured. Now the main point of touching on this one isn't more so, oh I wish we got this in the show, but more of, oh we actually kinda did get this in the show. This is very similar to the other aforementioned pyramid forms that Bill possessed in 2 of the 3 Weirdmageddon episodes. I think this piece of art best embodies the mayhem, yet consistency that Alex Hirsch desired. Bill's a triangle. Any form of him has to clearly be a triangle. But that doesn't mean they can't go fucking nuts with multiple limbs and tongues and eyes. It just can't break the mold of a triangle. That being said, I still would have loved to see any of those forms rampage through Gravity Falls, destroying everything in sight. Not just for Bill to unleash the Henchmaniacs, throw a giant pyramid in the sky, and turn everyone into stone. For him to take out actual wrath on the Pines family, really rubbing in the most petty and destructive nature that he won. But hey, what can you do? I've probably said it way too much in this video, but I love Weirdmageddon just the way it was, even if I do have desires on how it could have been improved or, well, just expanded upon. But as always, these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. What do you think? How do you feel about this Bill Cipher concept art? Would you have changed anything? Did you want these in the show? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for more of my own thoughts, you can find me at OstrikVox. We're also on Instagram. Special thanks to JANKYBONES for creating an awesome thumbnail. For more of their amazing art, you can find them on Tumblr at JANKYBONES, Twitter and Instagram at BoneJanky, and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Link in the description. Help their double grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. OstrikVox, signing out.